Hello children, today we will start our discussion from point number 4, page number 144. A layer of powdered coke is sprinkled over the electrolytic mixture undergoing electrolytic reduction. So according to this statement, we use powdered coke in the form of layer over the electrolytic mixture. So what is the use of this layer of powdered coke? So the first point, the layer of powdered coke prevents the burning of carbon electrode in air at the point where they emerge from the bath. So according to this point, that carbon electrodes can start burning at the point where they are coming out from the bath. Means at this point. Okay, so at this point this carbon electrode can be start burning. So the powdered coke which we are used here in the form of layer is prevent the burning of these electrodes at this point. Okay students, then second point, it also prevents or minimizes heat loss by radiation. So this coke layer is also acting as bad conductor of heat, and that is why it prevents heat loss by a radiation from the bath or from the electrolytic cell. Now fifth point, the graphite anodes are continuously replaced during the electrolysis. What is the reason of this? So the first reason is the oxygen evolved at the anode escapes as a gas or reacts with the carbon anode. The carbon anode is so oxidized to carbon monoxide, which either burns giving carbon dioxide or escapes out through an outlet, and the reaction which is taking place here is carbon or graphite reacting with oxygen forming carbon monoxide, which is further oxidized in the presence of oxygen in the form of CO2. Okay, so due to this reaction, carbon anode get consumed after some time, and that is why we have to replace these anodes again and again after a definite time interval. Okay students, so according to this point, you can see here that oxygen evolved at the anode, and in the presence of this oxygen, carbon anode start burning, oxidized in the form of carbon monoxide, and in the presence of carbon monoxide and oxygen, these anode can be start burning. Okay, or carbon monoxide which is formed here get oxidized in the form of CO2. So in these two different ways, carbon anode get consumed, and that is why we have to replace these anode time to time. Second point, the carbon anode this point we have already discussed here with the first point. The third point, the carbon anode is hence consumed and renewed periodically after a certain period of uses. Okay, it is therefore preferable to use a number of graphite electrodes as anode instead of a single electrode. So that is why we prefer to use number of graphite rods in the form of electrode anode instead of one single rod of electrode. Okay, so this Next point, sixth point, electrolytic reduction of alumina is a continuous process. First point, pure aluminium is produced at the cathode and being heavier than the electrolyte settles down. It is periodically removed through the outlet or trap hole at the base. So pure aluminium, which is formed here in electrolytic reduction of alumina, is get collected at the bottom side of the electrolytic cell, and it is taken out from the outlet from the base. Okay, so arrangement for knowing the concentration: as the concentration of Al2O3 falls below a certain minimum, the resistance of the bath increases, indicated by a glow. So as far as aluminium is taken out from the outlet and concentration of the electrolyte in the cell decreases. So due to the decrease in concentration, the resistance of the bath increases, and due to which a glow is seen here in control charge control lamp, which indicates that the concentration of the electrolyte is lower than the certain definite amount. And with the help of this glow, we are able to know that the amount of charge is now is not in sufficient amount, and we require some more charge in the cell. So we add that charge from the outside. So arrangement for knowing the concentration: as the concentration of alumina falls below a certain minimum, resistance of the bath increases, indicated by a glow on the control lamp. At this moment, more alumina is added, so more charge will be added, and the process continues. Aluminium obtained is almost 99.5% pure and can be further purified by Hoops process. So the next page, extraction of aluminium. Reference: refining of impure metal with the help of Hoops process. The heading is tank contains 3 immiscible layers. So in the refining of impure metal, the tank which is used is having 3 immiscible layers within it. So upper layer, which is made up of pure molten aluminium with carbon electrodes, pure molten aluminium, serves as the cathode. So this part is acting as a cathode. Then middle layer, which is a mixture of cryolite, BaF2, aluminium fluoride, and phosphor, calcium difluoride, barium fluoride, serves as the electrolyte. So this mixture, which is made up of this middle layer, is act as electrolyte. The lower layer, impure aluminium, at bottom along with carbon lining, acts as the anode. So this lower layer as anode. Now electrolytic reactions: at cathode, aluminium ions get reduced in the form of aluminium. Okay, so ions from middle layer are discharged. So aluminium ion which are present here in the middle layer get discharged on the cathode in the form of aluminium. Then at cathode, aluminium converted in the form of aluminium ion. So as you can see here that at anode oxidation is taking place and at cathode reduction. So at anode, aluminium get converted in the form of aluminium ion. So in this condition, impure aluminium is converted in the form of aluminum ion from lower layer enters the middle layer. So from lower layer aluminum ion are coming to middle layer, and from middle layer these ion are moving to this here and get converted in the form of aluminum. Collection: pure aluminum is withdrawn from the tapping hole. From tapping hole, pure aluminum is taken out from here time to time. Okay students, so this much for this class. Thank you very much.